In a first for the cruise industry, one cruise line has decreed that no vaccine means no cruise, and Princess says goodbye to the smallest ship in its fleet. I'm Adrian, the Cruise and Travel Guy. As always, thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. Kicking off with some positive news in the cruising world, Carnival celebrated the steel cutting of its aptly named Carnival Celebration. The behemoth will come in at 180,800 tons and will also be the second ship ever to offer a roller coaster at sea. Called Bolt, the all-electric roller coaster is perched high above the sea, offering 360-degree ocean views. It also allows its riders to determine just how fast they go. Keep the pedal mashed and be in for a thrilling time, or go it a bit slower and soak in those views. MSC Cruises was one of the first major cruise lines to restart cruising in 2020, which it did within Italy. In line with health orders from the Italian government, MSC suspended cruising in early December, but they have now committed to a restart with permission from the government. The MSC Grandiosa is set to depart on its first cruise for the year, a 7-night voyage departing Genoa on January 24th. It will be subject to the same unique health and safety protocols the company had developed in response to the virus. In what can be called an interesting development this week, and somewhat of an unexpected one, Royal Caribbean Group entered into an agreement with Sycamore Partners to sell its Azamara brand. The deal is said to be worth US $201 million, and as part of that deal, all 3 ships, including the land-based crew and ship-based crew, will be transferred under the new ownership. The deal is expected to be finalized in the first quarter of this year, and as part of the arrangement, it does mean that the previous reciprocal membership arrangement between Celebrity and Azamara will be no more. To that end, I did find it curious that recently Celebrity came out and announced a new product offering where their onboard service is inclusive of tips, Wi-Fi, and premium beverage package for all guests, all of the time. This new all-inclusive offering brought the Celebrity product closer in line to Azamara's. I recognize and accept that these are 2 different cruise lines with 2 different products, but in retrospect, the move sort of makes more sense. Notwithstanding the fact that Azamara Cruises was originally a spin-off of Celebrity Cruises, and Royal Caribbean Group also owns another ultra-luxury line known as Silversea. Stefan Kalatsny, managing director of Sycamore Partners, was quoted as saying, "We are pleased that Royal Caribbean Group has entrusted Sycamore to support Azamara in its next phase of growth. We are excited to partner with the Azamara team and build on their many years of success serving the brand's loyal customers. We believe Azamara will remain a top choice for discerning travelers as the cruising industry recovers over time." Azamara has a very loyal fan base of repeat cruisers, and it remains to be seen whether there are any changes to the product and service offering over time. Hopefully there isn't. Azamara Cruises has a fantastic product and service, and in fact I sailed on them and had one of the best cruises of my life. And if you like, you can watch my Azamara Spa Suite tour by clicking in the link in the top corner or in the description box below. You might know that Azamara's fleet consists of 3 of the original 8 R-Class or Renaissance class ships, and in breaking news, one of their sister ships has just been sold. That's right, Princess have overnight announced the sale of the much-loved Pacific Princess to an undisclosed buyer. The writing was on the wall recently when Princess announced they would be returning to service with an all-medallion class fleet, and the wee Pacific Princess was not included in the list of ships returning to service with the new technology. It's become very clear that cruise lines across the world have been forced to seek efficiency and economies of scale, and the way to do that is with larger and more efficient new builds. It remains to be seen who the new buyer is, but perhaps Azamara's new owners will invest in a 4th ship. Time will tell. And in news coming out this morning, Carnival Australia have further suspended Carnival Splendor's sailings up to and including the departure that was scheduled to leave Sydney on May 19th this year. Across to the other side of the world, and Royal Caribbean have also announced the cancellation of Quantum of the Seas Alaska season, which was scheduled to kick off in a few months' time. Instead, Royal Caribbean are seeking to keep Quantum of the Seas in Asia, where she's currently based out of Singapore, the only ship in the Royal Caribbean fleet sailing at the moment, completing 3 and 4 night cruises to nowhere. The agreement that allows them to cruise to nowhere from Singapore is due to expire at the end of March, but it's apparent that Royal Caribbean are seeking to extend this arrangement. In some great news for local cruising fans, the X-Star Princess arrived in Singapore this week for the beginning stages of her transformation into the new Pacific Encounter. P&O Australia excitedly shared a couple of images this week of her new branding, with the giant lettering structure to replace the Princess Sea Witch. Pacific Encounter is scheduled to sail from Brisbane this year, starting on May 7th. And finally, in what has been a huge week of cruise news, Saga, a boutique cruise line aimed at the over 50s market, has come out and announced unequivocally that no vaccine means no cruise with them. All of its guests must be vaccinated against COVID-19 at least 14 days before sailing. This new protocol has delayed the restart of their sailing schedule, with the original 3rd of April date pushed back to May 4th. Saga have stated that the majority of their guests fall into the at-risk age bracket and that their safety is paramount. Guests that are unable to receive the vaccine for whatever reason will not be permitted to sail with the cruise line and will be offered a full refund. Saga are the first cruise line to make a vaccine a mandatory requirement, and it remains to be seen whether other cruise lines follow suit. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Cruise News. I do have other videos on my channel if you are interested in looking at some ship tours and things, so feel free to click around. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I will be releasing a cruise news update every week, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. If you are interested in any information about cruising, you can head to my website, thecruiseandtravelguy.com.au, and you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram at thecruiseandtravelguy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Kicking off with some positive news in the cruising world, Carnival MSC Cruises was Stefan Kalutzny. You might know that Azamara's fleet consists